Okay, this is the procedure for removing a battery from a Honda Africa Twin. This is your toolbox, in case you don't know. There's two Allen screws, button heads basically. One back here. Use your stock Allen key from underneath the driver's seat. If you don't know what's there, it's there. That's the only tool I got with this bike, was this Allen key, nothing else. I think some European models have a full toolkit, but I'm not sure. Oh. I've kind of loosened these up ahead of time. One, and actually this one here is not the correct one. I'm not sure where this came from. I have to do some research. It should be black like this one is. I really don't like this toolbox because it's prone to get water in it, moisture, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. Anyways, there's only one thing I keep in here is a rag and this little tube with a 5mm Allen key that I jimmy rigged to actually get the battery out. I'll show you in a minute. What happened was I was going to put in a Eastern Beaver PC8, and my normal bolt that secures the negative terminal on, well, it's stripped out. If you can see that, it's stripped out. So I had to drill it out. I had to take my drill with a really long extension on it to get in there, because the SW Motec crash bars are right in the way. Couldn't get a good angle on it. And this, I believe this is a stainless bolt, but it is magnetic. It could be 308 stainless, which is magnetic. But I also had a lot of difficulty. I don't know why. I went to our local hardware store. They didn't have stainless in this size and at M6, and they did not have steel. So I went to a lumber center, Menards, and they didn't have them either. So I'm like, well crap, it's just an M6, you know, socket head cap screw. So they told me, the guy at Menards told me, well, you need to go to the hardware store in another city, they might have it. So anyways, I spent $8 on various bolts, socket head cap screws. I got some stainless, I got some, they didn't have zinc. I wanted zinc. They had these black ones, which is fine, but you know, if you've got to change a battery or do some repairs on the road and that sucker strips out your negative post, you're screwed. You're absolutely screwed. So anyways, on to removing this thing. So I've got my, also another thing here, I have this rag here. Just in prepping for this video, I dropped the bolt and several times, and it goes right down here. There's a little pocket down here by the sprocket. So stuff a rag in there. So if your bolt does, and if it's stainless and you replace it as a stainless and it's not magnetic, you're going to have trouble getting it out of there. So stuff a rag in there. That's why I keep this rag in the toolbox now. So there you go. Anyways, for removing a battery, the proper way to do it, taking it off, is to take off the negative terminal first. And on this bike, it's way up in. This is why I use, this is one of my favorite tools in my toolkit. It's a 1/4 inch. It's made by Bike Master. It's a 1/4 inch T-handle. And I use that in conjunction with all these. It comes with all these sockets, and I added some. It comes with this, the Phillips driver. I think it's a 8, 10, it's a 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, up to 13. And I have an extension on there too, because you can just put this extension on and it becomes it can become a nice little pry bar. Maybe I should move this back a little further. Get a better view. Comes a nice little pry bar, or you can just reach in there. So this is by far my go-to tool in my toolkit. So because I cannot possibly now reach in here, I can, but with the crash bars here, it's a little difficult. So eye it up. I can't eye it up, and it's really hard to see in there. Really, really, really. I know you're in there. Crud. I wouldn't want to do any kind of repairs on this thing on the road. It would kind of stink. There she goes. I've already loosened this up. You can also maybe see if I had this extension on here, how advantageous it would be. Reach in there. Easy peasy. Stinking easy. And there you go. Now, to get to the positive terminal, the battery has it's held in a little case. So and it's got a little clip on it. So you push down on the battery box, pull out on the case, and there she goes. You can't pull it out too terribly far. It's kind of stuck. 10mm box end. Get it on there. This is a nut. I'm sorry, a bolt, a hex bolt, 6mm. And it is kind of hard to get at. As you can see, there she goes. You can just reach your fingers in there, maybe. There is a lot of, the Africa Twin is really tight fit for everything, and I think Honda, I'm pretty sure they did that. They wanted to keep the center of gravity really low. So in order to keep the center of gravity really low, obviously all the heavy stuff had to be kept really low. Now you can pull out your positive terminal, kick it out of the way, and the battery's still stuck in that little lip. And with the SW Motec crash bars, they're kind of in the way, so you got to really keep your negative terminal out of the way and really wiggle it out. See, it just hits, and it's just such a tight fit. You can do it. Wiggle her out of there. There you go. There's the battery. Also, what I did was there's a nut that's somewhat captured in the positive terminal. And when I was prepping for this video, also making sure I could do it in a timely manner, this stupid thing kept falling out. So I took the time to take a little electrical tape and put it on there just to hold that nut in place, because it's really frustrating when you have something that shouldn't fall out and it falls out. So to get the battery back in, it's obviously the reverse procedure. Don't cram it in there, just nice and gently. And in order to get, also forgot to mention, the negative cable is actually in the back. So that what they've done, what Honda has done, is they've routed this through here, so you can have the negative battery terminal on the front of the battery. So anyways, put it back in. My battery actually went dead. I had done the valve adjustment check, and oil change and coolant, and I went to start the bike, and even though I had it on a battery tender all winter long, she was dead as a doornail. So had to charge it up in the warm weather now, and hopefully it's okay. Otherwise I'll have to go through this whole procedure again, which is alright. So correct way to install a battery is positive terminal first. And again, this is kind of a booger. I'm doing it blind, pretty much just by feel. There it goes. There she goes. So secure the positive terminal. Yeah, hope my head's not in the way. I will be doing a video on spark plug change next. While I was doing the valve adjustment check, I mentioned in my video that there's 2 spark plugs. Because I looked at the manual and it says, you know, spark plug 1, spark plug 2. It also says sub spark plug, or sub plug, not sub spark plug, sub plug. I'm like, what's a sub plug? I don't know what a sub plug is. Never heard of a sub plug. Anyways, the Honda Africa Twin has 4 spark plugs. So, and obviously you can see one here maybe if that's in the video. And up in here it goes right through the cylinder head cover. Is the sub plug. There's 2 of them on top there, and I'll go through the procedure. You have to remove part of the crash bars. You have to loosen this up. The radiators have to be loosened up and moved out of the way. So quite the ordeal. So now I'm going to get the, see if I can't get this negative post in here. I just farted. Push the battery all the way in. And it's kind of a, I think last time I just used the socket to line it up, because it is still kind of doing it blind. And I'm trying to get it just to thread in and catch. Oh, there we go. I think. I can't see a darn thing. I can't see a darn thing. I'll try and use the extension. So as you can see, it's with the crash bars, it's quite tight. Without the crash bars, it would be much more reasonable. Oh, good God, Lord Almighty. Where is that hole? So I'm pushing with my thumb, trying to find the hole, get the sucker started. I'm pretty mechanically inclined, but dang. Maybe that's it. I don't know where the hole is. I can't see it. Can't see the hole at all. Nope, that's not it. I'm going to have to pull it out and see what I'm working with here. It's right there. I wish they would have tapered that hole a little bit to help start a bolt. That just had a slight taper to it. It would help guide that bolt in there. You can see it's kind of a struggle. I still don't have it. Try and turn it backwards, get it seated in there. No, right there. There's hardly any room for the bolt to go. It's off just a little bit. Jeez Louise. So as you can see, it's a little challenging. A little challenging. I still don't have it. I still don't have it in there. Did it once and it went okay. There's just nowhere for this thing to go. There it goes, I think. I think I caught it now. I think I did. Okay, extension. Hopefully it's not cross-threaded, because I certainly don't want to be drilling anything out again. Feels like it's just not going in right. It's not going in right. Maybe I'm at the wrong angle. Let's start it. Thread it in a little bit better first. There she goes. Now I can feel it. There we go. There we go. I'm going to get my little wobbler on here. That'll help. Oh, there we go. There we go. So, gonna go in there. There we go. Tight now. Make sure the battery post is tight because that bolt is a little longer. Yep, that's tight. Not too tight because I don't want to be drilling it out again. Make sure that the positive is tight. Don't hit anything metal. She'll go, farted again. She'll go zing. She'll go poof poof zing. See if she starts up. Oh look, we got juice. There she goes. That's about it. Put everything back together.